feeling like I'm Akademiks. Can't ride away.
Where are we at with it? Now, after all that, I don't even want to get into the Travis Hunter thing immediately. Let's get to some other shit before. What time is it? Oh my God. I am pushing it. We're already 2.5 hours in. It's all good. We here though. Give me a second. All right. Let's react to this real quick.
Your motherfucker.
So this is FBG Duck's mom, who's reacting to Lul Tim. You know, Lul Tim has been doing interviews about him, you know, being involved in the murder of King Von. And actually, FBG Duck's mama actually responded to that. And this was kind of shocking because people would have thought she would be happy about that outcome, which obviously we know the outcome is King Von dying at the gun of Lul Tim. But she was actually upset at Lul Tim. She claimed he stole justice from her. Listen to what she said.
Fucking mad. And y'all know why I was mad behind Von dying? I was so mad. I was so pissed off. You know why? Because I felt I got cheated out of my fucking justice. Because I didn't want him dead. I wanted his ass. Y'all heard of Reverend Ron? I wanted the motherfuckers to call him Reverend Von. That's what the fuck I was on. Just killed my whole motherfucking dream right there. Just killed it. Because I felt like I got cheated out of fucking justice. They was cool with the street justice. Made me real motherfucking mad.
Now, what she's saying, I think for any mother who has suffered the loss to the extent that she suffered, I think she's making a valid point. The only thing that I'm going to just point out, I can't understand with Momma Duck, is that, yo, Momma Duck, your son wasn't cool with justice when an op killed one of his friends or his brothers. He wanted street justice. He wanted that nigga dead. He wasn't wishing jail on his ops. I said, your son made a song called Dead Ops. Your song didn't make a song called Jailed Ops. Your son wasn't the person who was wishing life in prison. He was wishing life in a cemetery. And that is the thing that is a little bit concerning. Because I think Momma Duck before our eyes, and we all have to really deal with her and speak about her, because we're speaking on her son. We got to speak about her with some reverence and also some care and understanding, because she's going through something that we all hope our mamas never got to go through, right? But there is something that's very misleading and also is just absent in her mind about how she carries all this shit. Your son either was a killer or promoted the killing of people. Your son didn't promote peace. Your son did not promote people to go to jail if they did crimes. Your son was a demon. And that's the only thing, respectfully, we have to say to Momma Duck. And a lot of times when we see someone hurting, we never want to tell them the truth, but we have to tell Momma Duck this. You not being content with the fact that King Von is dead, your son would have wanted him dead. He wanted your son dead. Y'all, your son operated in the streets. You didn't do enough. I'm not saying you didn't do nothing. You didn't do enough to keep your son away from the streets. Your son wasn't a civilian, right? Your son wasn't a civilian. Your son wasn't somebody who didn't believe in street justice. Your son was one of them guys who was singing songs about dead bitches. That's what it is. So again, your son, the guy who killed your son, is dead. Now I can understand if the guy who killed your son was alive and you're saying, yo, I want justice. And that justice could have came in the form of street justice or maybe just justice in terms of the law. But that man is dead. The man who was responsible for allegedly putting money on your son's head that killed him, that guy is deceased. They're boxing right now in the gulag, right now in front of Hell's Gates. That's the reality of it. Respectfully, I just don't know why you think that his killers should get jail, that you could watch them get tortured, because you seemingly are aligning with the civilian aspect of shit, which I agree with, of course. It's going to be amazing for me to check up every single time on X's killers and realizing that nigga, you know, he is in a 4x4 cell. He can't go no goddamn where. He gotta shit and piss and take showers and do whatever in the same toilet and the same sink that he do everything. I get it. But I'm a civilian. Your son did not choose a civilian life. Your son chose the life of the streets. And the streets handled Vaughn respectfully. I love Vaughn, but the streets handled Vaughn. Vaughn thought he could go around, put hands on anybody he wanted to, get the outcome he wanted, and that the fear that he created by the notion that he would pull his gun or he'd get niggas killed, or that he had 7 hats or whatever you call it, had a lot of people in fear. But there was one nigga that hopped out that truck that was not in fear. His name is Lul Tim. As much as we love Vaughn, again, the game he chose to play was the streets. The game that took his life was the streets. We have to be honest. I'm just wondering why FBG Duck's mom is saying otherwise. Your son clowned other people that did the same. Your son believed in no snitching. Your son believed not in law enforcement, but he believed in the streets. So again, I understand. I feel like, Duck's mom, who's also suing King Von's estate, she wants financial compensation for the damages that was done by the death of her son to earning potential and this and third and her livelihood and whatever else and emotional damage. I get all that, and I'm not upset that she's filing that claim, but the mere fact that she's over here mad that somebody killed the guy who killed her son when your son believed in the exact same thing. Nah. I'm not going for that, okay? Now, you filed a lawsuit. Okay, some people believe that you have contributed to the street stuff. Me, I look at you as a mom. Fine, you want to file your lawsuit? Let's see how that goes, right? Because a lot of things I'm saying they're going to bring up in court. How could they be liable for your son's death when your son used to clown other people and profit off of their death? This is going to be an interesting case. It's going to be a case study type of situation. Your son was involved in gang beef and clowned other people who died, and he profited off of it. So now people are profiting off your son's death. Should you get compensation as the owner of the estate? It's going to give us a huge precedence on what's going to happen. I'm not mad at you filing the lawsuit. What I am looking at is you trying to pick and choose what justice these people got. You think somebody who killed one of Duck's friends, maybe you don't think if they had the choice now, hey, do you want to go to trial or get locked up and go to trial for this situation? Or do you want to get killed by somebody close to Duck? Maybe they would say, I want to take my chances in trial. They didn't get that choice. They're dead. So your son liked when his ops died, and now we see subsequently what's happening in this situation. Okay.